Origintrail is the world's first decentralized knowledge-based platform that acts as an intermediary between companies and organizations as an information distribution channel. It opens up a new mode of applying blockchain technology into the mainstream. In this video, we'll learn more about Origintrail and its native cryptocurrency, TRAC. All projects that claim to be truly decentralized usually have something in common: the idea of their entire infrastructure being open source. That's a thing that was picked from a pivotal point in Bitcoin's history when its code was made public to encourage transparency of the then-young crypto blockchain. Origintrail shares this similarity with its progenitor and operates through decentralized nodes, which form a network that governs the operation of the network. It also integrates off-chain technology to interface with other blockchains, either permissioned or permissionless. So it makes the goal of interoperability part of its core utility to enable the sharing of data between two distinct chains. It's been over 4 years since Origintrail's mainnet launched. It was designed to manage data derived from multiple sources, such as newer blockchain applications and legacy systems. There's no restriction on the kind of data that the network allows. It could be the Internet of Things, better known as IoT-related data or tracing data, or file description attributes. After each piece of data is aligned, the network carries out a consensus check to verify each data set. However, the nature of the data sharing is sensitive because there are multiple supply chains and possible utilities. Therefore, the network uses a zero-knowledge method to determine if data is valid. How does it work? First, it ensures that the data cannot be replicated. The network generates an immutable fingerprint, a form of cryptographic hash that cannot be tampered with, and places it on the blockchain. The uploaded print will be used to verify real data when published on the network. Since much activity takes place off-chain, emphasis is often placed on the stability and cost efficiency of the network, so Origintrail's graph database was designed to operate cheaply and efficiently. This may be aided by the open-source nature that enables it to be easily deployed. Developers don't have to rip or replace established systems as other blockchain supply chain solutions often do. Origintrail deploys token staking as a route to the incentivization of network operations. The TRAC token is necessary for this effect. Every data holder, consumer, or creator gets compensation in this token, albeit after the network has determined that they're honest and perform their roles as they should. Its unique, innovative staking system algorithm keeps users honest, and they get paid in TRAC for delivering data after necessary consensus checks when required. This, in a way, helps the network overcome challenges that centralized blockchain solutions experience in maintaining trust between all parties taking part in a network operation. The responsibility falls to the data providers, creators, holders, and viewers to make Origintrail's consensus work perfectly. Each role entails a node that performs a specific function. For instance, the creator node is the first data entry point into the network. The identity of this node is not necessarily a result of an individual or independent compute. It could be other blockchains or other enterprise resource planning systems. The entry of data into the system via any of the sources is succeeded by the encryption and initiating of a cryptographic data hash that's fingerprinted into the system to ensure that the data is unique and immutable. Next in the chain of action is an auction-like process where at least 3 data holder nodes bid to hold the data via contract. The bidding process is more like an agreeable process, and the data is to be passed via the established link to which the data holder nodes connect their servers so they can be liable to store the data on their system. The holder nodes are interconnected and must be able to provide the data they hold when it's demanded by the relevant parties. Whatever happens to the data is subject to the wants of the person who created it. The creator may opt for the data to be made public or private. They could place a stipulated time for which data may be valid after which it expires. This could be weeks, months, or even years. The creator is also free to decide who has access to the data. Any data that enters the system is secured by the zero-knowledge method. The zero-knowledge method is a system of cryptographic proof in which one user can prove to another that a mathematical statement is true without revealing any information about the statement other than the fact of its truth. It's helped Origintrail to serve a vast decentralized knowledge graph in terms of data sharing and management between many companies and supply chain partners. It allows businesses to source interrelated data in a way that hasn't been possible before. Each data holding node in the network is designed to be decentralized, and the criteria for eligibility on the network is to own at least 3,000 TRAC tokens. But only some eligible data holders can access a data set. Each data holder has specific criteria which determine the kind of data jobs that comes to them. If it meets their defined data size or job length, then a holder's node will be assigned to the job. Does this mean that the users who have more TRAC tokens per node get selected above those that are lower? No, the structure of the network sees all data holding nodes as equal. However, the distinction is that those nodes with more TRAC tokens can accept additional jobs. This method has worked efficiently since 2018, and the network is operated by 800 plus data holders. The TRAC or trace token is an Ethereum standard ERC20 token. It's what unites every unit of the network and the approval collateral to ensure that data holders are honest and pay off data holders for their activities. Data is stored off-chain on the network, but the cryptographic hashes generated are stored on the corresponding blockchain. In its relationship with other blockchains, you can view Origintrail as a mid-layer chain that can naturally interoperate with several other blockchains. As it is now, it supports 4 blockchains at the time of recording. Ethereum is its first blockchain that the network supports. The others are Gnosis, which was elected because of its secure bridge to Ethereum, Polygon, and Polkadot, where Origintrail now has a live paired chain. All in all, most of the possible operations that involve Origintrail and these other blockchains are carried out using TRAC. The TRAC token launched with a total supply cap of 500 million TRAC tokens. The coin is non-inflationary, and all existing units have been pre-mined. Hence, its supply will never be an issue, and it was reported to have all been distributed at the rate of 10 cents during its initial coin offering, or ICO. Since then, it has driven the entire function of the Origintrail decentralized network. The price has relative stability that it's sponsored by its constant utility for financing data jobs. Its price tends to rise as there's increased utility and mainstream adoption. One of the most anticipated updates on the network is the introduction of staking into the Origintrail decentralization network. So, individuals can stake their TRAC and get a share in the profits generated from each data job. Staked TRAC tokens are often locked for months and years, thus controlling the supply of the tokens. It's also the key currency in the knowledge incentivization market that Origintrail is pioneering. There are several data markets where data creators can sell their data on the open market. It can unlock valuable proprietary data that we used to think was unsellable. Origintrail makes this possible by adding knowledge tokens, wallets, a marketplace, and tenders so users can buy and sell data in a trusted and private way. Experts believe that this will increase TRAC's utility. The coin traded at 10 cents at launch, dropping to 2 cents per TRAC. It experienced overwhelming market pressures following the bearish market that continued from 2018 and for 2 years until 2020. The coin swung between 10 cents to 30 cents. Its best year afterward was when it hit 8 cents in March 2020. Subsequently, it reached a new all-time high of 28 cents before the year closed. The market volatility did not spare TRAC, and it further dipped to a value of 14 cents per coin at the end of 2020. What followed was a massive time in the sun, as 2021 proved to be a good year for most coins, including the TRAC token. It reached an average price of 60 cents while having an all-time high price of $3.17. This was about 3,200% growth from its ICO price, and many investors who had bought it in early enjoyed the profits. The price has since returned below to trade near its ICO price, with its value sustained around 17 cents, and much like the rest of the market, is suffering the blues of market-wide bearish signals at the time of this recording. Its investors have yet to lose hope in the project, and the Origintrail team has consistently put in efforts to improve the network. They recently announced that the 6th version of Origintrail's Magnet has reached the 3rd day of testing and is expected to go live soon. The first launch of the product of a budding partnership with the Polkadot blockchain is right alongside that. This project will be Origintrail's maiden introduction into the Web3 space. This app, known as the Project Magnify app, allows users to connect with apps and assets built on the Origin Decentralized Knowledge Graph version 6 upgrade, which they're about to launch. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you've learned something, and I'll catch you in the next one.